Namaste yogis, Mandy from Private Yoga Brisbane. I've had a request to do some online videos so that you can practice at home or in your office when you're not at class with me. And welcome to my home. This is where I do my practice. This is the entrance of my house. So you don't need that much space, just enough space to swing a leg around the room. We're going to need some props. We will firstly need a strap for today's practice. Now if you don't have a strap, you can use a towel. Simply roll it up as such and ta-da, you have a homemade strap. We will also be needing a block. And by the magic of household products, if you don't have a block, you can simply fold up the towel. It's going to give you enough height to be pretty similar as your block. So today we're going to be working into the shoulders. It's the end of January, so I'm quite conscious as everyone has finished their holidays and is going back to work, which means that we are starting to hunch over and becoming quite stationary and static in our movements. I don't know, our fingers are doing a lot of work, or perhaps we are prepping for school, so carrying lots of bags, maybe picking up children. And this will shorten the muscles on the front of the body and create a rounding of the upper back. So we're going to work into the shoulder joint and the glenohumeral joint and do a bit of an opening for the front of the body. So let's grab our straps, place it on your knees and hold on to the outside. Now, if your shoulders are tight, you will need to widen your arms on the strap. I've done a couple of classes today, so my shoulders are feeling pretty good, and you will be different every day. Let's grab the strap and lift the arms up above your head. Now, before we start, I want us to be conscious of our torso. What tends to happen here is when we lift the arms, we will press forward with the ribs. I want you to think of the waist as a corset and pull the bottom two ribs in, and that will create a nice contraction of our transverse abdominis, and this trains us to keep the spine lifted, and so we're not creating too much movement into the back. Lifting the arms up. We're going to think of the chin up. So bend through the elbows, squeeze in with the shoulder blades and draw that strap down onto the top of the shoulders. Then breathe in to stretch up. And draw down. And lift. One more time. Squeeze. Bring the elbows forward and press up. Bring the strap out in front of you. And again, thinking about that pulling in action, so we can feel the shoulder blades move into touch. The shoulders like to creep up by the ears, like they're a pair of earrings. Pull them down and let yourself create some space for your neck. We're going to squeeze in and press out. And squeeze in and press out. It's my sweet reward, a bit of a cool breeze. And press out. Lift the arms back up. Now you will need to probably widen your hands on the strap here. Keep your elbows straight, corset through the waist, and take the arms all the way back behind you. Breathe in, lift up, and bring the strap forward. So you may have a little bit of a crunching sound and sensation in the shoulders. We're just creating a bit of movement there, so not too much to worry about. We want those elbows to stay straight. So widen your grip on the strap if you need to straighten out through the elbows. Hand comes back down. Let's do one more time. Lift up and bring that strap behind you. Good. Lift up and come forward. Raise your arms back up. Bend through this left elbow and bring your right hand down onto the ground. Place it just beside the hip. Now again, you may need to create a bit more length in the strap by lifting that arm up. So we're going to straighten that left arm and look under the armpit. Turn and twist in the torso and bring that arm back out behind you. Yeah. If you've been to the gym this week, you will start to feel that in the shoulders. Now turn, keep tension on the strap, Turn, 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 and bring the chest over that front thigh. Keep the tension and lower the hand down onto the ground. So you may start to feel that along the back of your body, really pressing down with that left sit bone. Breathe in and lift back up. We'll do that one more time. Take the strap behind you. Inhale to lift up and coming forward over the front thigh. Chest comes down. Breathe in, lift back up and swap sides. Bring that left hand down onto the floor and straighten through the right arm. Look under the armpit. Lower that hand back behind you. Breathe in and lift up, and let's take a twist over that front thigh. Tension on the strap. Press down through your right sit bone. Bring that chest down. Breathe in and lift up. Arm comes behind you. Inhale, lift, and exhale to rest the chest down. Raise back up, lift up both arms, and you can place that strap off to the side. So we'll work now into one of my favorite postures, which is supported fish pose, and we will need our block or our rolled up towel. When we come into sedentary positions and the muscles on the front of the body start to shorten, then we have that rounding out of the upper back. So we're going to reverse that and bring our thoracic spine into a flexion, so coming forward. So here, this upper back naturally rounds out. We're going to take the block and place it directly underneath your shoulder blades. So the little tips of your angel's wings here. The block is going to rest just underneath. You're going to scoop forward here. Now, if you're practiced and you feel quite open on the front of the body, you can come up a little bit higher. But let's take our block. Find the tip of the shoulder blades and start to rest the chest down. And you'll notice that the front of my ribs will lift. Now, with your arms, feel that the palms are turning up. We'll get that beautiful external rotation of the arms. And this will help to open all the muscles, the pecs, the deltoid anteriors on the front of the chest. Do the same on the other arm, and then rest the head back. Now here, if you feel that you are too open in your throat and your head is really rolling back, you can grab that towel and pop it underneath your head. With the legs, you can straighten them out. Or if you have any pain in the lower back, then you can bend the knees and take your feet wide and let the knees fall in. And you can stay here for as long as you like. Close your eyes, get a little bit of quiet time. And again, here comes my sweet reward, that cool breeze. So if you practice that every day, you will start to find that your shoulders will have more range of motion and that you may be able to have a bit more opening in the front of the throat as well. Thank you for listening to my first video. Mandy from Private Yoga. Namaste.